Today is Thursday, the 15th of May, and we are up and running doing a guide for this Quick 9 for Master Division. All holes will have a free-to-play ball alternatives, and some holes will have some addition of paid ball as well. We are playing Kohong Resort, which is one of the tougher courses that we do have in the game. Having a guide and something to help you along the way will do many things, but especially it will save you a lot of time in terms of you don't have to spend practice tokens and also extra balls and stuff like that. And you can still be competitive. And that's the beauty with it. You can go straight in using your guide and feel that you're actually competing for a drop on every single hole. Package deals can be found on our Patreon, patreon.com/GCT Quick9. And I said, master with free to play ball alternatives and paid ball alternatives. And then we do have great prizes as well in the game. I know the balls that we were able to win has been decreased, but if we're looking at the epic cards and the other cards that we can get combined with the clan points to our clan, then that is some really good stuff still. For those of you that do not want to commit over a longer period and just want to try out today, then you can do a one-time purchase via the link in the description down below. That will give you access to today's guide only. So the Kohong Resort, you can try out for yourself and see how much of an advantage you will get as a player too. You can follow along here in this video and look at some example slides if you would like. But as said, you get access to everything once you have done the purchase. And if there is any questions, you can always reach out to any one of us in the team. So let's have a look at a couple of slides. And I think it is important to have in mind that when you're playing Quick 9, you don't have to drop every single hole to have yourself a chance to the top spot. It's more about not making mistakes and then add on a couple of drops on top of that, and you all of a sudden have a good chance to get, at least in Master, to have 1,840 clan points in the first place chest. And then you also have that you can get like 30 to 40 epic cards and a bunch of other cards as well with Luminaries and Kingsley. I mean, there is so much value in that, but I do think that the mindset needs to be correct as well, that you're not going to drop everything most likely, but getting a couple of extra drops will give yourself a super duper chance. And that's what we're doing. Look at this slide here for an example. This is a very simple slide for a par 4. In this case, we're playing this ball to green. Now, there are a lot of trees, as you can see there on the picture, which means that there's going to be a lot of players that just go in without no plan. They will hit the tree and they will lose out getting the eagle. With our shot here, with a perfect ball, you provide yourself with an eagle to start with, which means that you're one step closer getting a top spot by just playing a free-to-play ball in a simple way to get an eagle. The way we do design our guides is to make them as easily followed as possible, with that we are describing what ball to use, what club to use, and obviously all the information in text. Using a lot of tables, a lot of pictures, to try to demonstrate the things we do want to demonstrate in the most possible, in the best possible way. We also have a personal tweak information up in the top right, which I do think is a very valuable addition to our guides, which is something that we haven't had for that long time. And where we, especially on approach shots and par 3s and stuff like that, not when we're sending to green like this, but when we do have like, let's say you're missing to the left, which suggests to either add or subtract, adjust, for an example. I think that's a very valuable thing to have. Now, this is obviously a par 4 or like a send it slide. If we're looking at a par 3, and it's again all about simplicity, big pictures, and with text that is easily followed. The shot structure is something that is a very good thing to read through, because it will give you all the steps of the way. It will speed up the process, and you will have more time then to focus on the key thing, which is obviously to hit perfect. Here we do have a free-to-play slide on a par 3, which again is a hole where if you don't know what you're doing, you will struggle dropping this one. But if you know what you're doing, like we do on this particular hole, is that there is a massive funnel on the left-hand side, will increase your drop chance then massively by following the shot. It would be that you go in with the mental thinking that, okay, I have an extra drop here, where your opponent is going to just look at this thinking, well, wow, that looked complex. What shall I do? You see the text, you see the VPR table on the right hand side. Yes, we are giving you all the numbers that you need, so you don't have to use an application. And then obviously with the spins and the stuff like that gives you a clear view and also clear information on how to attack the hole. Now, like I said, our base when it comes to making Quick 9 guides are free to play, but then we're also adding extra shots for paid balls sometimes as well. And this is a particular example where we have done one for a paid ball, which in that case gives some great value, where it's obviously less rings, less wind, and therefore not going to it's going to make it easier, to say the least. We can have another example here as well, where a paid ball will stand out as giving a, I would say, a much greater chance, but also making it a little bit more fun. And that is when you do have the chance to send it. And you can see here, we do have a send it slide on this very tough par 4 of the Jubilee Grove. And we're sending it down there, and the best case scenario, we're getting into a wedge, which is obviously absolutely perfect, but it will never endanger not getting the birdie on this. I mean, it's a long ass par 4, whereof otherwise with free to play, you don't really have that possibility, as you can't really get the wind enough to send it down and stuff like that. So we're trying to mix and add on up like shots and slides that we do feel they give us a lot of value. So here's a couple of slides to give you an example, and for those of you that are playing our regular tournament guides will notice that it is exactly the same type of format that we're working with the Quick 9, and we do that because it's obviously a familiar way for a lot of players. A lot of players is having both packaging, and we would be stupid enough not to try to just mirror what is already seen as a very good format. So sign up, use the link in the description down below, called patreon.com/GCTQuick9. There you can buy for the events as a standalone, and then you can also sign up to our 30-day package to get yourself a cheaper deal, and make sure that you only have to pay once and get access to the 6 events that we are promising during season 85. Thank you everybody for watching this video about the Quick 9 guides that we're doing today. Make sure to join the Telegram chats. That is open for everyone. Like I said, there's loads of people in there, loads of people that do want to try to share their knowledge and help you and be help themselves for success. We are posting, like I said, older slides that may or may not be exactly accurate to the win that you do have in Quick 9s when we are not making a guide, but it's a perfect chance for you to not go in blank, have something at least to follow and something to maybe build from, so you can save yourself some practice tokens and balls when you do not have the chance to get access to the best guides on the market. But use the links in the description down below if you're interested in getting access to the Quick 9 guides that we are doing. And also, you know, one-time purchase can be made as well, which is something a lot of people are doing because they don't want to have any type of commitment for a longer period, which is totally fine. Thank you very much for watching another video here on the channel, and I wish you the best of luck.